Okay, Racers, what's going on? So, I decided the next character I was going to do the Kevin route was to go to Rufus. So, we got a lot to talk about. Rufus is undeniably a top 5 party member in this game, like as far as power level is concerned, and we'll go into why. He's kind of a strange character in that he doesn't have a role. So this is what I'm going to tell you about Rufus, is that he is a physical and magic damage dealing support. And that's how it goes. So one thing I will say, as we go into this, he's not very tanky. It can be hard to keep him alive, but his kit is so small and so good, and his synergies that he'll achieve with the party members in the Kevin route combined with court staffs is like Rufus is kind of crazy. So before I want to get started, we're going to actually talk about what he's got. So first of all, he's got that shit on, right? But second of all, he's got Soul Eater, which we all remember this from Reverie. It does the same thing it did in that game. He goes through in a straight line. He's able to reposition himself using this, and he does 20% of the damage back as health, and he gives the entire party 20 CP. So this is just obviously, like, it's objectively good. It's objectively excellent, and it's a power rating, which is insane. If you guys don't remember, in Reverie, this is a C+. So this move got giga buffed. So the other thing is he has Blue Gang. Blue Gang Rain is what this was called before, but now it's just Blue Gang. And it's a all cancel, which in this game especially is obviously objectively great to have. So he is a rating magic damage all cancel that's a relatively large area of effect. You'll see when I go for demonstration purposes that this covers a wide area. And then he has potentially one of the best buffs in the party buffs in the game, in Avenge Order. So this gives everyone in the party rank 3 maxed out defense, magic defense, and it gives them straight, and he restores boost gauge. He has a boost gauge heal. And obviously we're going to find out that that's big for other reasons. And then finally we have his S-Class, Duel of Ruler. And this is an interesting one. So it is a damage classification that does not exist anywhere else in the game at X+. All I'm going to tell you is that power ranking is not a joke. This is a insanely powerful magic damage single target stun battery move that it is. You'll see when we get to the build and everything, and we get to the gameplay. You'll see this S-Craft, even though it's only single target, is ridiculous. It's a joke. So second, what I'm gonna actually go to next is we're gonna go talk about the Arch Driver and the Hollow Core. So I'm reiterating this, that these are builds based off of a run I'm doing with some rules for myself, and that is that I am only allowed to use the default Arch Driver the character has, and I am only allowed to use the default or lore relevant Hollow Cores for the characters. And Rufus, under this rule set I have for myself, benefits from this kind of in a nutty way. So, first we're going to talk about his default arts driver, Regalia, is insane. I would honestly venture it's one of the best arts drivers in the game for the natural loadout it comes with, but I also have him set up with additionally Celestial, which, one of the best spells in the game, and it's mandatory on Nightmare, especially near the end game. And I don't remember if we had this in Daybreak 2. I don't think so. I think this is a brand new dual art called Grand Rock Fist, and this is insane too. And in this game, this is as good as Cestus Phantasma, especially for like spamming it. It does insane stun damage, and as you can see, it inflicts the enemies with rank 3 attack and magic defense down. So, that's pretty good, in my opinion. Pretty good. So, I want to talk about the holocore now. So, Rufus's natural holocore he actually comes with is, let me find it. Yeah, I believe it's Porcel he comes with. And obviously, it's obviously good if you look at what the benefits are, right? But, I ended up choosing on something you get later. This is your reward for maxing out the social link with Lapis. So, if you're trying to determine what social links you want to do first, Lapis is like priority number 1. And as you can see, 9% HP EP regen each turn, and he gets 6 CP per turn. He gets his S-Craft buffed. And he gets Strength ATS 20%, Defense ADF 20%, and 42% speed buff. So, this is a pretty good holocore. And it's really good on Rufus. Like, I can't understate how good this is for him. So, I'm going to go back. We're going to take a step back. We're going to go to gear now. I'm going to explain, because we're doing a bit of a mishmash build this time. It's not going to make a lot of sense. So, I have his ultimate weapon here, obviously. His subpart, we want Vorpal AAA. I ended up settling on this because Rufus likes speed, if you can get it. And the only way I can do better for arts damage is by going to a Sorcerer R. But I lose physical damage and speed, and like I said, he's a genuine half and half character. He's a DPS that does both magic and physical damage. But we're going to see his natural stat growth allows him to go in some weird directions. So Rufus, for some reason, has naturally high arts evasion without influence. So, like if I take off everything here, he's got a higher than average no gear arts evasion. So this leaves him with him pretty well off in this department. So the thing is, we're actually going to build him with some evasion in mind. Even though his defense might be compromised a bit, this is worth it to do in the long run. So, if you're looking for these armors when you get to them, you want to put on a Sacred Gown, and then you want to put on a pair of Bandits boots. And this also is when we get to even more unorthodox to get to our accessories here. So, first you want a Regalia Mantle, gives him more arts evasion, and then our final thing we want is we want the Rainbow Gemstone Bracelet. So it gives him 75% resist to all status effects, gives him a small boost to ATS, SDR, and speed, and he gets evasion and arts evasion. So we're going to go that way. I know this looks weird. It looks like I'm putting together like a support character. And in some ways you kind of are. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So his quartz lines are insanely good too. So he's got a space attack line or attack slot, a wind magic slot, and a wind EX slot. So here's what kind of looking at here. Here's where my mind is going right now. So what we're looking at here is March Hare, and I choose this because it's going to get us to. Well, you'll see. I won't drop it for now. We'll just get to it when we get to it. In arts, I have Hanuman for the 100% evasion, arts evasion while casting arts. This is insanely good for him because aside from the obvious upfront benefit, he is also a great mage character. He's also a great magic user. Like I say, he's a complete well-rounder. So, this helps. And then we got Kusanagi for 100% crit from attacks and crafts. And this helps him too quite a bit. He crits a lot anyway. His 2 crafts have high crit chance anyway to begin with. So, anyway, so what do I want to do here? So first, as always, I'm telling you guys, you're going to be putting this on everybody, Durandal, for the boost gauge. You're going to give him, let me see if I can find where it is, yeah. So, what we can actually do here with Rufus now is, we're going to put a black pearl bracelet, give him some speed, obviously. But the big thing is here, we're going to be able to get Deadly Lance. But yeah, here we go. So, he is a character that can get both Deadly Lance and Executioner. Obviously, it kind of sucks that he can't get Deadly Lance and he can't get Executioner EX, but that's fine, we'll work with it. There might be a way to facilitate this more so. We can try to come back to this later. I could be missing something here that allows me to achieve it, but we'll worry about this later. So, Durandal we want, for sure. Like, as far as quartz go, it's like, objectively, it's like, arguably one of the best quartz in the game, and depending on the slot it goes in, it's always great. So, let's see what we can find here. Let's real quick, we're going to real quick here go through. Yeah, here we go. So, we got Executioner EX at least. We might be able to get Deadly Lance though, but we'll come back. We'll do some tinkering. So, always nice to have delay reduction for your crafts. And Rufus has very low delay crafts anyway. So, you'll see this ends up mattering more than you would expect. Onslaught, like, these two, obviously, when you get down to it, these are useless functionally, but we like the points value on them. Having fire and wind points at the same time is good. So, now I always, when it comes to whatever line they don't have an elemental slot in, I always leave that for last. This is kind of, I always use these as like a dump line. This is why I dump everything else that I can't find a way to fit anywhere else, or like I don't care what the short skills are. So let's go to arts, right? So in the same way, we're going to be able to easily get Judgment Feather here. Because we're going to deflect hate during command battles, right? And then, if we go here, we're going to be able to do most of this, like, get these. All these are nice to have on Rufus. Now, there's a different way you can go, and I've done this before, where instead, you could do something like this, where we go for Avenger Arts EX. And you're thinking, well, why would you do that? Well, the reason you would do that is because we already have it baked in with some natural arts evasion, right? So it actually makes a lot of sense to do this. And then we get him to that. We get him to Avenger Arts EX. And this final 4 fire points, let's look, because we might be able to achieve this. Yeah. So if you have a florent to spare, I'm going to take it off Crow here. Stick a florent there, and now he's Avenging Arts EX. And this is not a character that, obviously, he's not meant to be a main mage, right? But still, he'll do good damage. He has, he'll be debuffing because he has Mind and Spear Breaker on deck. And he has, but Avenger Arts is really good. It surprises me more than I thought it would. It's a lot better of a short skill than I gave it credit for. So, utility. Very first thing we're going to do, going to go to Aksha, because we like shield boosting, we like having SCL and boost too, and it's going to set us up for the next thing, which is we're going to be able to get Heavenly Luck 2, believe it or not. So, I'm going to set it up here, and if I recall, I think the math has to be correct. Okay, no, I want this. So you want Silver Pearl Bracelet, which leaves us 4 and 6, right? So we should be able to get that here. And here we go. So he's got Heavenly Luck 2 and SCL and Boost 2. So this kind of adds to his being a weird, like, well-rounder support-ish character. And that's our, like, main short skill concerns out of the way. So for defense, what do we want defense? Well, let's put an Azure Pearl Bracelet to add to that Arts Evasion amount. And I like to give him this too, so he's more well-rounded. I know it seems like that it may not matter much for him to have, like, oh, it's only 35 evasion and 45 arts evasion. This will happen enough it matters. Like, you'll see. This is surprisingly common that he gets to do this. And finally, it's always hard to decide when it comes to this last slot for him, because there are a lot of things you can do with Rufus, as far as, like, raw benefits, right? So, usually in this situation, I just look for a rare quartz, and I only care about what the effect of the rare quartz is. I'm not trying to get a short skill or any kind of synergy here. So, one thing that I really like to get on him here is I really like to do Beowulf for the extra shard, the extra boost point. Another way you can go is you can go Indomitable, and that's obviously going to be help to him for various reasons. You can go in here and go Bandersnatch to work on his S-Craft delay. His S-Craft, like his standard crafts, they're not bad for delay, but his S-Craft does take him out of the running for a good long while. So maybe if you want to use the S-Craft a lot, this will help. You can put this on to help with that. Another thing I like to do is Hermit. Like, this obviously helps. He's usually full health a lot of the time, especially because you're doing a lot of Soul Eater. So, there is that. So, no, we're not going to worry about Auto and Passion Guard. We're not going to worry about any of the things that you might typically go for. We don't need Guardian. We don't need any of that shit. So, I think for this version of the build, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go Hermit. That rounds it out well. So, obviously, we're going to go into a fight now, right? So I got the Kevin build that we did before. And now we got the Rufus build. And I'm gonna have Swin and Nadia in here unfinished, and the next video is gonna be the two of them as a pair together. So, real fast, if you're doing this challenge, not challenge run, I don't know, this rule I'm doing, you want Rufus, since he is Regalia, I put Grand Rock Fist on him and Celestial on him, and you will get good mileage out of those two things. So, with that said, let's go into a simulator battle here. So, what do I like to do then? Like, what's the idea here? So, I'm gonna go for Grendel for this, just to really show what I do. So, first of all, Rufus is always for friggin' switch out. Let's see. What more? Okay. The Japanese controls of that. Wait, I don't know what I'm doing here. Yeah, like that sword. I am failing to see how I switch out like things like that, so I just don't want to still die here. Then no alternative. This is a really good fight that just built with. Like, this is genuinely hard. You should die here soon, just keep evading everything. Alright, here we go. So, got Kevin up of course too. So, usually what I would do is first we set up Kevin, we get him going. So I do Unleash Stigma and Nemesis Aura, like usually DOC for the double turn. And this is usual Kevin. Now, here we have Rufus. So what we're going to do with Rufus, first we're going to do Avenge Order, because this is broke. It is so broken. So, only the even one. So, whenever it crashes boost recovery, it means it actually gives you boost points. So, first, let's see how much it gives for that. Look at that. I got 3 boost points for that. For a 35 CP craft. 3 boost points. So, yeah, like, you're not starving when you're using Rufus. So, as far as what I'm going to do here, I'm going to start with, we're going to do a soul here. See the damage because of what you have is. Like, so, you can kind of, it's silly, but you kind of can just play Rufus around. I'm just going to do Soul Eater. I'm gonna do Soul Eater, I'm gonna do Avenge Order when it's relevant to get the boss up for everybody, and then I'm gonna do Soul Eater. And then whenever you feel like it, you'll do S-Blade, right? So, the other thing is, if you're gonna have Rufus as your shield applier, right? That's big. That's why we have him with cords to help with shielding. So, same thing. Like I said, we're just doing this as we might usually do it. We're gonna start using some parts with Kevin for this. Okay. ZOC, Avenge Order, reapply it. Alright, let's look at this graph. Let's look at the damage we're gonna get if we do one. This breath is sick, by the way. Just oil farm, the S-craft. Now look at the stuff. Almost like half on Grendel by itself. Like that is crazy. And you're probably noticing. Notice how, even though like Rufus is objectively squishy, right? We didn't build him with any kind of defense in mind. He's just surviving. He's evading enough of the time. And Solar is going to allow you to replenish your health enough of the time that like it's not really a big deal when you get hit, right? So, I'm also trying to think this from the perspective of so, the way I think that they designed this route is they want you to use Rufus and Kevin as like a frontline tanking line that distracts, and then Swin and Nadia are the ones that will do the real damage. And when we get to the two of them, you'll see that when you do it that way, it actually does work out very nice that way. To the point where I wonder if, like, I just have to work into figuring out that that's how you're intended to play this party. So, what am I gonna do here? Alright. So, we're just gonna do this again. Soul Eater. You get so much, like, party sustain from Rufus just doing Soul Eater over and over. And it's like very rare that you don't have the CP to do it, by the way. Alright, let's do another dual roar thing. Actually, no, let's wait. Let's reapply the buff. Like, once again, I'm telling you guys, Avenge Order is like, it's not fair. In my opinion. Like, actually not fair. As you can see, Rufus, like Kevin before, he's just not getting hurt. Like, I'm almost convinced that Rufus cannot die. For some reason, he just seems to have a natural high evasion rate that's like under the hood somewhere. So here's Grand Rock Fist. So I want to show this. This art is just as good as Cessus Phantasma. Like big damage, you know, debuffs. Once again, as you can see here, like I don't know if it's possible to actually kill a Rufus Kevin frontline. I just don't think it's possible. I'm going to show off Blue Gang too, because this does do a lot of this is a hard-hitting magic craft, sure. So, I will say this, in the end game, like when you're wrapping up everything that's not related to the ending chapter, I ended up having Rufus as a regular in my party. He actually became like my primary tank. Because you're seeing, I didn't build him for tanking. I didn't make any efforts to make sure he had like 100% evade or anything like that. But he has yet to die. He's yet to even get close to being hit or clipped by anything. He's just continuing to live, right? Like really insane. But like I said, with Kevin, like you put the two of them side by side, it's like an unkillable duo. And the synergy between the two of them is just insane. And that is one thing about this game that you'll find that's really underrated is people really downplay taking full advantage of the SDLM system to like have characters paired together. You know, it's like they don't give a shit really. Yeah, so this is a rare instance in which I have to revive somebody. So I think we're gonna go. See if I can stun. Oh boy, I might be dead. Well, except for Kevin the Unkillable, of course. So, this is actually good. This is good actually, because this allows me to show off that obviously, because of this, if you're like on the back foot, you always have this potential to resurrect Rufus with like a Zero power and have it like, you know, come back to the fight with Dual Roar and stun the enemy. And like, you're gonna see now that like it's just not gonna be possible for this to go well with Rendell. As you can see, also, with this party, I just kind of naturally accumulated a shit ton of boost points. Like, we're now at the max already of boost points. So... Look at that attack Sand just did, right? So, yeah, like, Rufus is crazy. Probably one of the best support characters we named, in my opinion. He's literally not bad, but for some reason he's just cracked. But as you can see, like, it's crazy how strong the two of them are together. But that's also why, when we get to Sway and Nadia, that's why I'm doing them as one video. Because Sway and Nadia, whether Falcom intended to or not, and I'm just going to assume they're not, they think this far, but for some reason, it just so happens to turn out that using them is like a singular unit where they're paired up with each other all the time ends up being the best way to use them. So, anyway, you get the idea. That's the Rufus build. He's just like an absurdly good frontline support / secondary DPS, I guess is what he would be. Yeah, and then if I weren't working under like any constraints here, right? Like if I was using whatever hollow core I wanted and everything, Rufus can be he can be broken, just actually legitimately broken. Also, both him and Kevin being together and having extended SCLM range is pretty ridiculous. Since he has managed to defend down, I guess I'll do it. People gang. So, yeah, that's one big thing I did notice though, is you kind of like to have constant magic defense debuff on whatever you're fighting for Rufus' sake. And just do blue gang over and over as well. pulls a lot of its weight that way. So, if I were for the record, I would redo this fight and, like, do my part with Swing Nadia. I basically would have had Kevin Rufus up here in the Grendel's face, and I would legit, like, put Swing Nadia all the way to the other side of the stage. And basically, they would snipe the enemies from the other side of the screen and Kevin Rufus take all the points and everything. But, yeah, looks like I die here, but... Yeah, so that's the build for Rufus. Really strange character in the way he's made. But he ended up being one of my favorite party members in the game. Hope you guys enjoyed. Next, will be Swin and Nadia. And like I said, we'll do them together as a pair. Kind of makes sense to do it that way, and also, just in general, like I said, they actually work best as a unit to the point where I don't even recommend ever having one without the other in the party. Good joke. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. Appreciate people who've been watching the videos and commenting on whether it's the posts on Reddit or in the Steam forums or whatever. Appreciate you guys. Thanks. Let me know what character you would like to see after Swin and Nadia. But I'll catch you guys later.